All right, I am live. All right. Perfect. Hello, everyone. This is Vesna. Thank you so much for coming on this day 5 of the Create Your Reality Challenge, the truth about money. As you're joining me live, please say hello in the comments, in the live chat. Let me know who's here, who's watching live. Let me know where you're joining from. How are you all feeling tonight? I hope you're very excited about tonight's session. Little comfortable for many, but we are breaking that paradigm tonight. Before we get into the money, I need to tell you something that almost every financial expert, every coaching program, every motivational seminar, and every money course completely forgets to teach. And because they forget this one thing, people stay stuck. They get inspired, they get emotional, they write their goals, they make vision boards, but 6 months later, same income, same fears, same patterns, and same life. Okay, let me just take a look at the chat here. I had to pop up to make sure it's all good. I am live. Hello, Yvette. Good to see you. I'm so glad that you're able to hear me and see me all good. I just want to make sure I test everything before we dive deep into it. All right. So to continue it, why is that? Because they're trying to change the results without changing the pattern that is creating the results. And tonight, we are changing the pattern. We are changing the money paradigm. We are changing the money patterns. So let's start at the beginning. What is money? Most people will say it's just a paper, a number in the bank account, and something you earn by working hard, something scarce, something stressful. And that answer, that frame, is exactly why most people never break through. Here is the truth. Money is energy. It is simply an exchange of energy between two or more people. Every dollar that has ever come in your life came because value was created and exchanged. Energy moved. That's it. Money is simply an energy. And energy, like everything in this universe, vibrates at a frequency. Your thoughts carry frequency, your emotions carry frequency, your beliefs carry frequency, and money responds to frequency. Most people think that if I had more money, then I will feel secure. Then I would feel confident. Then I would feel free. But what if actually life works the other way around? What if money follows the person? What if money follows the frequency? Which brings me to the most important question tonight. Where did your current money frequency came from? You did not choose it. It was installed into you. Before the age of 7, your conscious mind was not fully formed. Everything that you heard about money went directly into your subconscious mind as an absolute truth. If you heard words like, we can't afford it, money is stressful, rich people are greedy, people like us struggle, installed. And that program became fixed, and it's unconsciously running your life. Decades later, those programs are still running your life. I want you to think about a fish that has lived its entire life in a small tank. Every day, that fish swims the same path around the same walls in the tank, back and forth, same. But if you drop that fish into the ocean, for the first few moments, that fish will still swim in the same tiny, small circle. The walls are gone from the tank. Now it's in the ocean, but the pattern remains the same. That is exactly what happened to us with money. The walls of our childhood programming are gone, but we are still swimming in the same small circle, still operating inside a tank that no longer exists, and we are wondering why the ocean never opens up for us. That is what a paradigm does. Patterns of thinking become beliefs. Beliefs become identity, and identity becomes reality. As Bob Proctor would say, show me your results and I will show you where your paradigm is. Your outer world, your money world, is a direct reflection of your inner world. So let me name a couple of limiting beliefs that are most likely running into your subconscious mind. I'm still seeing here a couple of people are waiting. I hope that you guys able to see this. Not sure why it's happening, and I'm not able to see the live chat on my phone. There you go. Okay. Maybe my phone was just stuck. Hello, Jack. Good to see you from Lake Tahoe. Hope you have a wonderful trip. All right. So most popular money belief are, I never have enough money. At first, that belief might sound just like words, but say it for years, it becomes a belief. And if you believe it long enough, it becomes an identity. And once it becomes your identity, then your subconscious mind begins creating a reality to match it. Then you attract more scarcity, more stress, more proof of not enough. If you have a belief of, I cannot afford it, every time you say this, your reticular activating system shuts down and it stops searching for solutions. The door closes for opportunities. But what happens the moment when you say, how can I? How can I make more money? When you focus on opportunities, the brain suddenly opens up. Ideas appear, solutions appear, the right people appear, opportunities appear. Because your reticular activating system received a new command. Another most common limiting belief is abundance is for other people, not for me. This is the deepest one. And this one is a complete lie. It was never a fact. It was a frequency handed to us before we can even think about ourselves, for ourselves. Abundance is our birthright. The source of creation is within us. How can we say abundance is not for me when we were born with abundance? But in order for you to manifest abundance in your life, you first have to experience within yourself. You have to match the frequency of it. Then it becomes a reflection on your outer world. And here is the most beautiful part about programs, about these money beliefs. A program can be rewritten. The same way these old money beliefs were installed in our minds through repetition and emotion, the new beliefs about money can also be installed in the exact same way, which is exactly what we are going to hear, what we're going to do here tonight, right now. Okay? So, I would love to read you something in our practices that we implement. We do something called love letter to money. Okay. So I'm going to read you a love letter to money. That's something that Bob Proctor said taught me. So later after that, I'm going to give you a little exercise. A love letter to money. Dear money, today I want to begin by saying something I should have said a long time ago. Thank you. Thank you for every meal you have placed on my table. Thank you for every roof you have provided over my head. Thank you for every opportunity you have brought into my life. Thank you for every lesson you have taught me. Thank you for every challenge that helped me become wiser, stronger, and more intentional. For so many years, I misunderstood you. I blamed you. I feared losing you. I chased you. I worried about you. Sometimes I pushed you away because I believed I wasn't worthy of having more of you. Sometimes I held on to you so tightly that I lived from fear instead of trust. Sometimes I believed you belonged to everyone else but me. I am sorry. I now understand that you were never the problem. You were simply reflecting the relationship I had with myself. Today, I choose a new relationship with you. I no longer see you as something scarce. I no longer see you as something difficult to earn. I no longer see you as something that creates stress or fear. I choose to see you for what you truly are: a tool, a resource, a responsibility, a beautiful form of energy exchange whenever value is created. Thank you for flowing to my life every single day. Thank you for every dollar that has ever reached me. Thank you for every opportunity that has allowed me to serve. Thank you for every lesson that has prepared me for greater abundance. Thank you for finding your way to me in unexpected and unexpected ways. Thank you for allowing me to provide for myself and for the people I love. Thank you for giving me choices. Thank you for giving me freedom. Thank you for allowing me to support causes I believe in. Thank you for allowing me to invest in my growth. Thank you for allowing me to create experiences, memories, joy, and impact. From this day forward, I promise to treat you with respect. I will no longer spend you from fear. I will circulate you with wisdom. I will save you with gratitude. I will invest you with intention. I will multiply you by creating more value in the lives of others. I understand that as I grow, you naturally grow with me. As I become more generous, you become a greater force for good. As I become more disciplined, you become more abundant. As I become more valuable, you flow more freely. I release every belief that told me I was not enough. I release every story of luck. I release every fear inherited from my past. Those stories are no longer my identity. Today, I choose trust over fear, possibility over limitations, abundance over scarcity, gratitude over worry. I welcomed you into my life with an open heart, not because my happiness depends on you, but because I know I can use you to express who I truly am. I will use you to build, to create, to serve, to inspire, to give, to leave the world better than I found it. And every time you leave my hands, I will bless you, knowing that you continue creating value wherever you go. And every time you return, I will welcome you with appreciation because I know there's always enough opportunity to create more. Thank you for choosing to flow through my life. Thank you for helping me become the person I was created to be. This is no longer a relationship built on fear. It is a relationship built on gratitude, on stewardship, on service, on wisdom, on purpose, and on love with an open heart, me. This is a letter to my money that I created many years ago that I have written and rewritten for many days to get on the frequency of the money. So the reason why I chose to read this for you, because based on all of the conversations that I had with many of you in the past, I know that this was like one of the biggest challenges for many of you. And I honestly, I also believe that we always want more. Money is amazing to have in overflow, because the more money we have, the better impact on the world we can make. So I want you to use this replay either tonight or starting tomorrow. And I want you to handwrite all of these, to transcribe this money letter in your own handwriting. Okay. And I want you to read it out loud in the evening and in the morning. If you believe that you are not in alignment, I want you to write it every morning for 30 days. Because there's a magic when we handwrite things. The handwriting, the simple movement of the hands is creating a lot more neurons in our brain than if we simply read it or listening to it. Okay? So it's a great way of reprogramming our limiting money beliefs. Okay? So 30 days. Do it. Do not escape a day. Okay? This is a beautiful strategy for rewiring our money beliefs. And before we talk this strategy, we need to change the relationship. Okay? So this is great way to build that new relationship with your money. Now, The strategy I would like to share next with you is something that my mentor Bob Proctor has taught me over the years. And he has 3 ways of earning money, 3 strategies for earning money. And we call those M1, M2, and M3. So M1, or actually before I go there, I want to tell you what Bob Proctor said about this, about the earning of the money. We go to school, but school does not teach us how to earn money. They teach us how to invest the money. They teach us how to store the money, how to count the money, but not how to earn them. We spend 12, 16, 20 years in school, and not one single lesson taught us the strategies for earning money. So that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. The first strategy, M1, is trading your time for money. This is the strategy that 96% of the population use. The employee, the freelancer, the contractor, the self-employed person. And the fundamental problem here is that you only have 24 hours in a day. We all do. Not one person has a second more. And that is the cap. That is the ceiling. You can work harder, you can work longer, but eventually you will run out of hours and you hit saturation. Your income stops growing. And time is one thing you can never buy back. Then the second one, the M2. This is investing money to earn money. Investing money like in stocks, bonds, real estate. Only 3% of the population lives here. And here is the challenge. You need money to invest money. And if you do not truly know what you're doing here in M2, you will lose what that little that you have saved. And then the M3. M3 is the strategy of the truly wealthy, multiplying your time through the efforts of others, setting up multiple sources of income. This system earns you money while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're simply living your life. Only 1% of the population is using this M3 method. And that 1% earns 96% of all the money in the world that is earned. And the difference is not intelligence, is not luck, not education, not connection. The difference is strategy. The difference is M3. And because of the internet today, M3 is available to everyone right now, today. Now, here is where most people stop. They hear M3 and they say, well, that sounds great, but I don't know how. And the moment they say that, your reticular activating system shuts down. So instead of worrying about how, I want to give you tonight an exercise that immediately will shift your frequency from scarcity to creation. Either right now, if you have a pen and a paper, or tonight, you can write 100 ways that you can create value to earn money in the next 30 days. Not 10, not 20, 100. 100 ways to earn money in the next 30 days. I want you to think about a skill that you have, a service you can offer, something you can teach, something you could sell, something you can create. Write them down without judgment. And then look at your list. All of your 100 ways. Do not stop until you get 100, okay? Because once you start around 20, you're going to run out of possibilities of ways. Keep going. Do not stop there, okay? What you're doing is not about the list. It's about activating your reticular system, reticular activating system. You're activating and you're commanding it to look for new solution. You're reprogramming your mind instead of scarcity to abundance. Okay? So please do not stop until you reach the 100 ways. Then once you have reached your 100 ways, I want you to circle the top 3 things that you can start doing today. Immediately. Not next week, today. Not tomorrow, today. Right now, as soon as you finish with the list, okay? Because action at the frequency of abundance is what brings money in motion. You might not believe in this, but this is very real. Because the moment you get into the frequency, everything that you start, every initiation of a new thing, you're charging with that new frequency. And if you put a frequency of abundance, that radiates in the field, and that's when things become successful. When you start a thing, you attract immediately a positive result. Many people start a thing, but nothing happens. Why? Because they create out of lack, out of need, instead of abundance. Okay? I hope you find a true value in that. So as you begin to take those steps, there's one more principle I want you to carry on with you. And that is gratitude. Gratitude is not just a nice feeling. Gratitude is the highest frequency of receiving. When you're genuinely grateful for what you already have, you signal to the universe, I am good steward. I am ready for more. You're expanding your vessel to receive more. Okay? Make sure you stay in the frequency and a vibration of gratitude. And you can say something like, every time money flows through your hands, flows through my hands, I bless it. Thank you. Every time a new client pays you, feel that genuine gratitude. Thank you. Every time new opportunity appears, say thank you before it even arrives. This is the frequency of abundance, and abundance responds to it. It responds to the gratitude. I hope you truly enjoy that exercise. It was a real life shift for me. So here's what I want you to walk out tonight with. And I want you to write this down and put it in a little sticky note on your desk where you can see it on a daily basis. The size of my life will never exceed the size of my identity. The size of my life will never exceed the size of my identity. Money is attracted to who you are being, not who you say you want to become. Who are you being? The reason why I'm giving you all these exercises is that I want you to practice being in the frequency of receiving, on the frequency of abundance. Your goal is not asking you to go get it. Your goal is asking you to grow into it. because the universe will never consistently give you something that your identity is not prepared to hold and receive. So you have to become the abundance before you receive the abundance. So I want you to ask a question, not how do I get more money. I want you to ask the question, who must I become to be a match for the life that I truly want? Who do I must become? And for that, I want you to put your hands on the heart. If you're driving, please don't do this. You can close your eyes, put your left hand on your heart, and take a nice deep breath. And relax. Truly relax. And say to yourself, I am resourceful. I always find a way. I release the identity of struggle right now. I am capable of creating wealth. I am capable of creating abundance. I am capable of creating more opportunities. I deserve abundance. I am worthy of abundance. I am capable of creating a new reality because the source of creation lives inside of me. You can open your eyes. So before I let you go tonight, I want you to leave you with one thing. I want you to tell you about Jack. Jack was one of these live calls last month. He sat exactly where you're sitting right now, listening, taking notes, feeling that pull inside of him. And he booked a breakthrough session with me. One conversation, and in that conversation, something shifted for him. He got clear, he got inspired, and within 10 days, he had created a brand new source of income. Something he had been sitting on for years, but never believed was possible for him. Jack did not get a new skill. He got a new identity. He stopped waiting and he started deciding. He decided to book the call. He decided to move into action. And he brought his idea, his goal into fruition in just short 10 days. And I also want that for you. Not someday, right now. So if something inside of you tonight is saying, this is my moment, I want you to honor that. Because that feeling is not random. That is the version of you that already knows what's possible, and it's knocking on the door. So book that breakthrough session with me. This will be a private one-on-one conversation where together we will identify your biggest opportunities right now. We are going to pinpoint the exact paradigm that has been holding you back. And we are going to map out the next level you're truly capable of achieving. And we will build a personalized roadmap that is specific to your life, to your goals, and to your frequency. If you want more, you have to decide. And then you have to jump into it. And I'm here to help you do that. I'm here to hold your hand and to show you the way. The link to book your breakthrough session is in the chat and also will be posted in the WhatsApp group. You should be also receiving an email. Click it, book it, and show up, because the version of you that is ready for the next level is not waiting for the right time. It is waiting for your decision. So decide tonight. I thank you so much for being with me tonight for the 5th night in a row. I truly appreciating all of you for taking the time out of your precious lives. I hope you found a lot of value in this session. This session is super powerful with all the exercises that I have shared with you. This is not something I normally share on the challenges. This is something that I keep for my private sessions with my private clients. But tonight, I decided to give you a lot more value, because what we give, we also receive. So I want you to show up with gratitude, take it, practice it for 30 days and see what's possible for you. Approach it with trust, not fear. Okay? So I'm sending you much love to every single one of you. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you here. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I will share how it all becomes possible for you. Everything that you have learned on this challenge, how you can create a completely new reality for yourself. All right. Have a great, blessed night. Thank you. Bye-bye.